Vibin with Ashley Live. I'm your host, Ashley Live. Tonight's a huge show for me. It's episode 75 of Vibin with Ashley Live. Tonight we have an incredible show. We have the beautiful and talented Brielle Von Hugel joining us, and she's from American Idol. Hi guys, I see you in the chat. Thank you. A little bit about Brielle. She's a singer-songwriter based in New York City. She started singing at a very young age, and then she was on American Idol season 11. Her cover of The One That Got Away has been streamed over 27 million times on Spotify. Thank you, Colette. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you so much for your support. And like I said, we have an incredible show. Brielle does everything. She teaches vocal lessons. She has a band. She has a residency at the Hard Rock the Hard Rock in Atlantic City. Friday and Saturday night she performs. So yeah, I'm really excited to bring her in the room, learn a little bit more about her musical journey, and she's going to perform for us. So really excited for you guys to meet her. If you have questions for Brielle, please feel free to type them in the chat and we will get to them at the end of the show. So like I said, episode 75, and I appreciate everybody's support. When I launched this show last summer, I wanted to showcase beautiful and talented musicians, and I've had 74 incredible musicians on this show, and Brielle will be my 75th. She's in the room and I'm gonna bring her in. Hi, Brielle.
Hi.
How's your night going?
Great. How's yours?
It's going wonderful. Thank you. So I'm actually celebrating episode 75. So
Happy 75. I just heard you say that.
Yes, I'm so excited for you to be the 75th guest, just because I've had so many incredible musicians in my show. But when we have these like monumental shows and you celebrate them with just a beautiful, talented musician like yourself, I'm very honored. So thank you so much.
You're so sweet. Thank you. I'm honored to be on, and I thank you for doing such a wonderful thing for all of us musicians. So
thank you. I actually have so much fun talking to you guys and having you guys share your music with listeners, just because with the past year and COVID and musicians, kind of being stuck and where to turn to. I love being that creative outlet, and now shows are finally coming back.
Oh, yes, they are.
Yes, I love it. So I actually start each show with a song lyric. So tonight I am using some lyrics from your song Naked that came out in 2016. I used to cover up, I was afraid that I'd be stuck. With these mistakes I've made, wouldn't show the world who I really was. So I just went along and fell out of touch. So, Brielle, for people who are familiar with this song or people that are not familiar with this song, shed some light on what Naked means to you.
Right. So 2016, I feel like that's like forever ago saying that. 2016 is really the year that like opened up my songwriting career. And Naked was like that first big like anthem that I wrote with my team that really opened up the door to like my sound and who I was as an artist.
Yeah.
And just the concept of Naked is about loving who you are and being comfortable in your own skin. And singing and performing is the only thing that I've ever felt comfortable doing in my life.
Right.
So, and the only thing I've ever felt confident doing, like totally fully confident, like forever, as long as I can remember. Yeah. So I just wanted to, I was very into writing about self-empowerment at that time. I mean, I still am, but I write about a lot of other things. But at that time I was so like, that's what I wanted to be, my message to be, when listeners were listening to my music. So Naked is about fully just loving yourself and being comfortable in your own skin, no matter what you're insecure about. I was bullied a lot as a child in school. I have, you could see I cover my ears a lot. I've grown to love them, but my ears stick out a bunch, especially when I wear them up, wear my hair up. But so I was super insecure about that growing up as a little girl. I was bullied a lot for it. So I had a little bit of that, built into writing Naked, but mostly just for the listeners to love themselves and I take my makeup off in the music video. There's an official music video for it.
Yeah.
And I just want everybody to be comfortable with who they are.
Yeah.
And I'm so comfortable with my voice. So I feel like that was such a blessing to share that message through my voice.
Yeah.
So
And
that's what Naked's about.
Yeah, I think that's so beautiful and empowering, because when I was listening to the song, I was like, this is such a beautiful song, because it's
Thank you.
yeah, you can see me in videos and you can see me on Instagram and like everything's okay, right? But like, do you love who I am as a person?
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And I think that's so deep, and I think a lot of people need to realize that.
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely.
Such a song.
It's almost at 3 million streams on Spotify, by the way.
I know. I know that when you hit a certain amount of streams on Spotify or YouTube, you always celebrate that. I think that's so important to celebrate those wins.
You have to celebrate yourself. I think a lot of people are afraid of that.
Yeah.
Because it kind of like comes off the wrong way, maybe to some people. But if you owned a restaurant, or if you own a car dealership, or if you own a body shop, or if you own, I don't know why I'm using those as examples, but like anything, you're going to post about it, right? Yeah. It's just weird that my business is myself. So to like post about me kind of looks like, you know, self-absorbed, but it's my career, you know, it's my business and it's my brand.
Yeah. So I don't think it's self-absorbed, because I think you need to celebrate those wins, right? And everybody's wins are different. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a florist or you're a car dealership. Like, you celebrate, oh, my 100th customer, or oh, you know, this is my 1000th customer, or yeah, I just hit, you know, 500 streams on Spotify. Like, some people are celebrating that, but you have
and they should.
Yeah. And then once you hit those goals, you have more goals and more goals and more goals.
I mostly just can't believe that 3 million people are listening to my words.
Right.
So that's the most exciting part.
It's absolutely amazing, because there are so many musicians that I speak to that would just like 500 people to listen to their words, and you just have millions and millions of streams. So I'm so happy for you and proud of you.
Thank you.
A huge accomplishment.
Thank
I
you.
want to start at the very beginning with you. You started performing at the age of 3, and you're heavily inspired by your father. Bring us back to your childhood. What did music mean to you at a young age?
So like I said about Naked, I've only ever been confident performing, and that comes from the being a young little girl performing in dancing school, dance competitions. My mom actually raised me as a single parent. My dad was a singer, which is how he comes into my story. He was a doo-wop singer for fun. He was in a band when he was 16, and then he played with a bunch of doo-wop groups. He sang with the Duprees. I don't know if you know them. It's an oldie group. He had a beautiful voice when he was younger. So I grew up listening to a lot of oldies with him when I would see him on the weekends. But my mom raised me as a single mom, me and my brother. And I was always involved in dancing school. That's a big thing in Staten Island, New York. That's where I'm from, where I was raised. And I was always in, you know, tap jazz and dance competitions. But there was a portion of the competitions where it was like acting or singing. And I was always more interested in the singing. So I was entering that portion of the competition more and more, and I started shying away from the dance. But I was such a big ham with the dancing, of course. I would win like the personality award instead of the technique. Like, I just loved the stage no matter what. And like getting dressed, of course, and the makeup and the costumes. I was just so into it. And then that turned into pageants, and that turned into like local karaoke contests, and that turned into church choir, and that turned into my middle school talent show. Actually, elementary school talent show. That was like my first like big thing. Like anything that was slightly musical. Oh, Brielle should do it. Oh, Mom, I heard about this thing that they're looking for a singer, or Brielle should do it. Free, or singing the national anthem at the local like softball game. Like anything that had to do with singing, it was like that girl Brielle, that girl Brielle. It was like the funniest thing, because it started to consume me, and it's just like who I became. I think everything else was like irrelevant. So to answer your question, dancing school is like what really got me like into the performance world, and I'm very grateful for Staten Island, New York City culture for giving us that, because that's like if you're a little girl in Staten Island, you like have to go to dancing school. So that's what started
I
That's
love
what
it.
gave me the stage.
I love it. And then you were always the chosen one. It was like, oh, well, Brielle's going to sing the national anthem.
Yes. It was like, oh, we need somebody to sing this, or we need some, so.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. How
Yeah.
would you describe the music that you create?
Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I always say my original music is pop soul
Mm-hmm.
because it's very current pop music that you could hear on the radio, but I'm very inspired by soul and jazz. And really, I want my music to be pop music that's timeless.
Yeah.
So, like, if you listen to Pink, Kelly Clarkson, Celine Dion, it's pop music, but
Mm-hmm.
you never go, oh, this sounds like, it was trendy in 2018, or,
Right.
this sounds like it was like the summer song of 27, like, I don't want it to be like a moment of pop. I
Yeah.
want it to be like for a forever thing,
Yeah.
like
Like,
very timeless pop.
mm-hmm. Timeless.
Yeah, and universal pop. So, any age could listen to my music.
Mm-hmm. Walk us through your creative process.
For writing and recording.
Yeah.
So recording, I've been very spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
I've been working with the same team for almost 10 years.
Wow.
ET Studio Productions,
Mm-hmm.
shout out.
Mm-hmm.
Laura and Joey Martino. They're a husband and wife duo, power couple to the max. Laura was my manager for a few years, and Joey is my producer currently. They own a beautiful studio and music school here in Staten Island.
Mm-hmm.
And they introduced me to songwriting, but I record with them. And actually, 2020 taught me how to record myself. So I was
Mm-hmm.
forced to, I've been spoiled by Joey, just
Yeah.
going 10 minutes up the block to record for years. But now I have my own interface and a microphone. So I record some demos here when I songwrite. But if I'm recording for an album or a release, I go with Joey and record there.
Mm-hmm.
But that process is just a quick warm up and usually an hour or two recording session, nothing crazy. Joey and I are so on the same page that we work really well together, and it doesn't take days or anything crazy. But songwriting, that's a different story. I've been really on another level with my songwriting. This year, 2020 was like a savior in that way.
Yeah.
I've done like a bunch of virtual writing camps with this new camp called Coast to Coast writing camp.
Mm-hmm.
A shout out to them. My friend Rosanna and Sam and Liam started it over in the UK.
Awesome.
It's everybody from all over the world, a big collective of writers and producers. And every day they put together different groups of people, like 3 in a group, virtually to write. And
Cool.
I've written over like 50 songs in 2020.
Uh-huh.
But I don't always start with like a concept, or I don't always start with a track or a melody. It's always different.
Mm-hmm.
I know I go off a little bit. Sorry, I talk a lot. I'm from New York, Ashley. But to answer your question, sometimes I'll have a little voice memo. I'll sing a melody, like if I was in the car, and I'll go, oh, I have to write something with that. Mm-hmm. Or we'll start with a concept. I really want to write something about, a big inspiration of mine. My mom is so important to me. I think we should write something about this. And we go into it like that and base the track off of that. Or maybe just one day we write for a pitch, which is like, if it's not for me or another artist, we have a list of labels that are looking for songs for big artists right now that need songs, or for a movie that needs a specific song. So writing is a whole other ball game. If being an artist doesn't work out, songwriting is very, very amazing, and you could definitely be super successful in it.
Yeah, and your songwriting is so amazing. Are you writing lyrics down? Are you recording them in a voice memo? Is it a little bit of both, or?
I use Google Docs. I love the romantic part of writing it down, but that's not realistic right now. To work, it's very organized. It's more organized to write it down on the computer, type it down. Google Docs is where I mostly songwrite. I know it's much more intimate to be in a little notebook. I have multiple like suede covered notebooks that I should be songwriting in. But it's not that way. I'm sorry to say.
No problem. So I want to talk to you about your time with Postmodern Jukebox. How did you start working with them?
So I was on Idol way back, as you know.
Yeah.
And I was on season 10 and 11. But season 10, I was on with the beautiful and amazing Haley Reinhart, which I'm sure you know of Haley, and Casey Abrams.
Mm-hmm.
And they are in Postmodern Jukebox for like since the beginning almost. And I was just watching like what they would post with it, and I loved it. And then I saw they were coming to Staten Island, my hometown, which nobody comes to because we only have one venue, St. George Theater.
Yeah.
One of the bad things about Staten Island is that we have no like theaters. We have like little venues and like restaurants to play at, but nothing like, you know, beautiful and big. But St. George Theater is the only like venue we have. And I saw that Postmodern was coming. So Haley was kind enough to invite me and give me one of her comp tickets. And I went to go see the show. And I met Scott Bradley, the creator, after. And we chatted, and we were just hanging out. And he was like, you know, next time you're in LA, we should do a video. Mm-hmm. And I wound up going like 2 months after that. That was November 2016, the show in Staten Island. And then I went January 2017. And I did like 3 videos in 2 days.
Cool.
Showbiz. And then I went on my first tour with them like 2 months after the first video was released, and that was that. And now I've been to over 25 countries with them. So
yes, that's amazing. So that was actually my next question.
Yeah.
You've toured with them internationally. So what was one of the most memorable nights that you had on tour with them?
Oh, wow. Well, in the US, we played Red Rocks in Colorado. I have to mention that because that is, when you say memorable, most memorable, that is just like right away in my brain, because that, I'm sure you know what that is, right? The amphitheater.
Yeah. That was on my bucket list. I went before COVID, and I'm so happy I went before like the whole world shut down.
Who did you see there?
I saw the Motet there. They're a Denver-based funk band, and
okay, wow,
it was, oh my gosh, it was legendary. Yeah, I came from New York.
I would love to see a show there.
Yeah, you have to see a show there, and shows are actually back at Red Rock. So
yes, I actually want to see Lake Street Dive. Do you know who they are?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, they're playing there in September.
You should go.
But to play a show there, I actually thought, like, I didn't know how I was actually functioning. Performing is second nature to me, and I feel like I never get nervous unless it's national anthem or somebody's wedding. That's like my famous line. I never get nervous unless it's either of those things. But when I was playing Red Rocks, that was, I thought, I didn't even know if sound was coming out of my mouth, because I was like, is this real? You've been there, so you know how amazing it is. I was like, is this happening? But other than that, we played Paris with Postmodern Jukebox. I played Germany, Switzerland. Mm-hmm. Like some things I'm like, did I really do that? Just most memorable is like, you know, the travel and the actual like act of we're doing so much and then still playing a show. Like the whole like art of just touring is what's amazing to me. Like everybody is so like strong, and like just to like put it on when you get on stage is like, performers are incredible.
Yeah.
And oh, my friend Virginia, that's my best friend Virginia, she said Singapore, absolutely. I said, I don't know how I made that flight, Ashley, because that was like almost 20 something hours.
Oh, wow.
Australia, of course, I have to say Australia.
Mm-hmm.
But the Australia tour is a super hard one because we fly every day. It's too
wow.
It's too big of a country to drive the bus from city to city. So we actually get on a flight every single day.
Oh my gosh.
So flight, hotel, show. Flight, hotel, show. Wow. Flight, hotel. So by the time you check in and everything, it's like you don't even eat, get ready for the show. You know, it's like, it's madness. But
aren't we like 22 hours?
Oh, like, it's completely the next day in Australia.
Yeah. Right. So then you're like so confused because you're jet lagged, and then you're on a flight every night.
To get home was one of the craziest things ever. I had to go from New Zealand to Australia, Australia to LA to New York. I think it was like 36 hours or something.
Gosh.
I don't think I knew my name for like 2 days when I got back to New York.
You're like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So what are a few of your favorite venues and cities to perform in?
Oh boy. So definitely Nashville.
Yeah.
New York.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry to whoever's watching. I don't love LA. I do not.
It's okay.
And definitely Europe. Anywhere in Europe, the music lovers in Europe are like a different breed. They are so into the show from start to finish. The energy is completely different.
Mm-hmm.
They love it. Every show that we play internationally is sold out all the time. Yeah, so I can't say anything in specific really. But Ireland was pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Ireland was crazy, and England, they're always like on it. They're like so into it.
Yeah. And it's cool. It doesn't really matter what city or country in, but there's always, the audience is always different, right? And in some cities, you're like, oh my gosh, but the audience here was so amazing. And they loved dancing and they were singing and they were into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's so like that in Europe.
Yeah.
It's completely different. They're like singing every line. They're dancing the whole time. I just feel like in the US, like people are like maybe like that, like towards the end.
Right.
But this is like right when we come out. Yes.
What musicians inspire you?
For my original music, I think definitely Kelly Clarkson,
mm-hmm.
Celine Dion, Sarah Bareilles.
Mm-hmm.
I hate this question because I always want to say like everybody, and then I'm like, who? Lately, I'm loving Lennon Stella. Do you know who she is?
Oh, she's amazing.
Some of my newer people. Who do I love? Nina Nesbitt. I'm probably not saying her last name right. I believe she's from. I don't know. I think she's from like. I don't know, like Sweden or like something.
Mm-hmm.
Zara Larsson. I love her.
Yep.
These are my newer gals.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to be hip. I always call myself Grandma Brielle because I totally love like Etta James and like old school stuff too, because I'm super inspired by that.
Nothing wrong with that though.
Barbara Streisand and all that.
Yeah.
I love classic things. I told you, I want that's why Postmodern Jukebox is perfect for me.
Yeah.
Because it was like, here we are together, new and old, right? It's old style covers of new songs, which is so like me. I felt like so at home because I feel like a very old soul. Mm-hmm. I'm only 27, but I feel much older in my heart, hopefully I don't look older, but so I'm very much inspired by old and new. So I hope that my music is a product of that love.
Yeah, it's like a nice marriage of the two.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Who would you most like to collaborate with?
I always said that my dream duet, this is going to be so weird to say, is Michael Bublé.
Really? Oh,
I bet you weren't expecting me to say that.
I love it though, because I can see it. I can like see it right now.
Like just like performance wise.
Definitely.
But writing, I would love to write with Ryan Tedder from One Republic. He's one of the most amazing songwriters of my generation and singers, but his songwriting is beyond. Like if you look up what songs he's written, it's like
everything,
out of control.
Yeah.
I also love Lauren Allred. Do you know who she is?
Mm-hmm.
She sings Never Enough, obviously from The Greatest Showman, but I've followed her for years before the movie even came out.
Yeah.
And she is like one of the greatest voices, I think.
Mm-hmm.
She works with David Foster, who I would love to be in one of his shows.
Oh my gosh. I can definitely see that. David.
Yeah. He's so into that. Like, I am a true vocalist. Like, let me showcase that, performance, classic. This is music, real music. That's something I really pride myself on as well, is that whatever I record in the studio, because being a recording artist and being a live vocalist are two separate things.
Right.
That's why sometimes in my bio I have recording artist and singer, because it's two separate things, and a lot of people don't understand that. Like, you could be a recording artist and never want to perform, Exactly. So something I pride myself on is that whatever I record, I have to make sure that I could sing live, So I am definitely one of those vocalists that like knows I could sing my original songs live.
Yeah.
Maybe not today in my bedroom without a microphone, but look, I'm saying it before I even sing, Ashley.
I know. I mean that.
That's something that I really try to work hard on. Is that the songs that I write and record, I better make sure that I could sing those live because I want to be a true vocalist.
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely. Speaking of being a true vocalist, at 16, you were on a small show called American Idol. Little small show. Bring us back to that time. What did being on American Idol mean for you?
That was like a crazy, not to be cliche, but people say a chapter in your book. That was a crazy chapter. So I started really like taking this seriously at the age of 12, like getting paid and booking gigs. But I auditioned when I was 15, turning 16 for season 10.
Yeah.
And that's when me and my mom were like, all right, let's just go. Let's just try. And we waited online, for the first like cattle call is what they call it, like the first audition.
Right.
For hours, like so long. I'll give you a fun fact that my mom's car engine overheated and we literally had to leave her car there and like walk to the arena and it was like ruined. And I would have felt horrible if I didn't get through because that was like a crazy day. Long story short, I made it. But I don't know. It was just madness. The first year I made top 100. So I made it to Hollywood Week and I made the top 100, top 100. And I was just like singing songs. I think they really wanted someone that like knew like what kind of style they wanted. And that just wasn't me yet.
Yeah.
I was just like, I love to sing songs, and then I went back the next year because that's just who I am. I'm a very strong-willed, like, don't take no for an answer kind of person, which I think is good in this business. So I went back the next year and I wound up being top 12 girls. So the top 24 of the entire show.
Yes.
Of season 11. Shout out season 11. That was like the best season.
Definitely.
But the whole experience was so like, I learned so much about the business that I didn't think I would learn from the show. The backside of it.
Of course.
At the end of the day, American Idol is a reality show and not so much a talent show. I mean, of course, you have to be talented to get on. I was surrounded by immense talent. That was like without question. Yeah. But I learned like so much about what goes on around that, and I'm grateful for it. And I was super sad after, and it's like a weird time because you're going from like red carpets and people voting for you to like, oh, now I have to go back to math class. It was just like, it was like bizarre because this is before I even wrote songs or, was doing like releasing music or anything. So, but all in all, it was like incredible. I gained a bunch of exposure. Yeah. So many friends. And something I'll never forget. I used to watch Kelly Clarkson at home when I was 6 years old. And to say that I was on the same show and to have that, in my heart and in my resume forever, that's beyond.
Yeah. Do you watch Kelly Clarkson's talk show at all?
Just like little clips on YouTube, but she's so cute.
Oh, I love that she's still out there doing her music. I mean, she is the American Idol. So it's so cool to see that she's still out there singing and doing her thing.
Do you believe that the world wouldn't know who she was without American Idol? Like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah. Especially because there were so many people in seasons that won after.
Right.
And it's like, you remember who won season 4 or 7?
No.
Maybe not.
No.
But I always remember Kelly Clarkson.
Carrie Underwood, love her.
Yes, yes.
It's just crazy to me that a show could do that, It's just, and I was on the same show, but to like think about it like that is like wild.
Yeah, completely. So you've covered songs by Amy Winehouse, Fleetwood Mac, Celine Dion, countless others. What's your favorite song to perform and why?
I love a classic, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Yep. That's one of the first songs I sung in public, in public. My dad always tells the story that I stood on a table at an Italian restaurant in Staten Island when I was like 6, I think. No shame at all. Just belted out somewhere over the rainbow.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So I love that. I love a classic At Last as well. But I think I really love my cover of The One That Got Away.
Yeah.
Which has been doing amazing lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love taking songs that are big and stripping them down. That's my favorite thing to do. It's taking away all that stuff and bringing it down to just the vocals and just the beautiful lyrics and like the true song for what it's supposed to be and why it was written in the first place.
Yeah.
And, just letting the music shine.
Definitely.
And intimate shows are really my favorite thing. I mean, we all love a big production, but, just a voice and a guitar or a piano. That's just my favorite.
That truly is the best. So you said The One That Got Away.
Yeah, the one
for people that don't know, this has been streamed over 27 million times on Spotify. I'm so proud of you. This is such a phenomenal cover.
Thank you.
What does this song mean to you?
Honestly, this is like, you never know.
Yeah.
Like, to me, this is like a hit in the face of you never know, because this was in like November 2015.
Yeah.
Me and Joey, my producer at the studio, we were doing something else that day. And I was like, Joey, I can get this song out of my head. This is when like YouTube covers were big. I don't know if you remember when people were trying to do the YouTube thing. I was too.
Yeah.
But I'm just so not into like trendy things, as you could tell already. Like I can't keep up with the content. I'm not good at that. Like having a schedule, and I'm not very organized like that. You are, I could tell.
Thank you.
I am so not that way. I'm not good at it. So I was not
a lot of work.
I'll need you to help me. But anyway, The One That Got Away was out like years before 2015, I think, or a little bit before. And I was like, Joey, I can't get this out of my head, but the lyrics are so beautiful that I don't think the music matches. I said, can you try like an electric guitar? And can we just like record this like really quick for fun? I was like, I know it's not like this song is old and like nobody will probably listen, but let's just do it. So we did like a sad electric guitar. I don't know if you've ever listened to my cover, but it's like very like moody and haunting almost. Yeah. And just me. I think we recorded it in like 45 minutes. Went home. I did like a quick video for it. Very simple, black background, like one take. I didn't do like a big concept video, and I just posted it because I loved it. I felt like the lyrics needed to be heard, and I just love singing it. And it did okay, like a couple thousand views, like nothing crazy. But all of a sudden last spring, I guess because everybody was home because of quarantine, like it just like went crazy. And somebody used it in one of those like anime edits. I don't know if you've ever seen those. They take like clips from an anime film or like a game. I'm sorry, I'm like butchering it to whoever made that video, but I don't know what it's from. It's an anime something. And they put that song behind it. And it has like 100 million somethings on YouTube, and like now people make lyric videos and like movie edits. And hi Don, my fan Don is on.
Hey,
and 27 million on Spotify, like a couple million on SoundCloud. Like it's like pretty crazy. And I'm just so grateful that it's something that I just did out of love and not like, oh, this song's big right now, let's do it. Right. Or like, I need content, let's get it out there. Exactly. Or like, I just did it like out of love. You never know which one's gonna hit, Yeah. That's why I feel so good about this one. This is always one that I put on my set list when I do original shows, just because I love to sing it. So I'm like so grateful. I did an article with my local newspaper about it. They reached out to me to do it. That was so nice of them. But they were like, what does it mean to you? And I was like, this is like so cool because it's one that I actually like am proud of, Not that I'm not proud of my work all the time, but it's just like, one that you feel good about and you didn't just do because it was work,
Yeah, I know what you mean, because some people are like, they only want to do certain songs because it's on like Z100 or something. It's like, do all the remakes of every song that's on Z100, someone's going to see it. But you did this love because it meant something to you. So you're like, oh my gosh, but this means so much to me, and everybody else sees it too. So that's the most incredible thing about it.
Exactly. I'm just so glad that people are like hearing what I felt, and they feel it too.
Yeah. Love that. So I as of March, you've been performing at the Hard Rock in Atlantic City, and people can catch you Friday and Saturday night. So how did this residency come about for you?
Yeah, so for those familiar with Atlantic City, the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino is beautiful. It's only 3 years old.
Yeah.
On the boardwalk in Atlantic City. It's awesome. And they have a big, beautiful theater in there called the Sound Waves Theater. And I was in a production show there in 2019. And I was working with the producer of that show, and he actually reached out to me in maybe January or February of this year. And he said, oh, they're looking for someone to do kind of like a jazzy pop postmodern jukebox thing. And I said, I've got the perfect girl. And you know, it just worked out. They wanted like a loungy cabaret kind of thing. So it's me and Joshua Satilli on keys, and a great bass player, Andy, who's local to Atlantic City, on upright bass.
Yeah, cool.
So it's just keys, upright bass, and me, my little old school mic, at the Council Oak Lounge at the Hard Rock. And it's awesome. I do like poppy jazz covers. I had the freedom to choose all of my own songs, and you know, it's not overbearing. It's very chill and relaxed and super nice and classy, and you know, just a nice evening. And it's a nice segue into getting back out there to live music and going out in general, you know. So I'm very blessed. Friday and Saturday, and there's no end date, and you know, I feel great about it. It's a lovely gig.
Yes. So how can people come to Atlantic City and see you? Do they reserve? Do they get tickets? Like how do they?
Yeah, I was actually just going to write in the chat. So Fridays, right? Fridays and Saturdays, reserve a table at the Council Oak at the Hard Rock.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Yep.
Okay. And this.
Yep. So no tickets needed. Just have to reserve a table.
Amazing. What song do you wish you wrote, and why?
Definitely the one that got away. I know, I'm a freak with that song. What else? Landslide.
Ah, yes.
I love that one as well. What else? Wow, that's a good question.
So many to choose from.
Oh, there's so many. I wish I knew this before. Actually, I would have a list of 10. Oh, man.
Wait, I think one of the songs you'd probably want to write is Toni Braxton, Unbreak My Heart.
How did you know that?
Because I did my research on you.
You're so good.
That's
one of my favorite songs ever.
That song is insane.
I actually feel like that's in the files of That's Why I Became a Singer, because I'm a 90s baby, and I remember driving around with my mom in the car and that being on the radio, and I was like, what is that voice? Like, I was like, you know, that's just not like a voice. When you're listening to the radio, you like don't really pay attention to that, you know, but that one was like implanted in little 5-year-old me, like soulful and like different, and like really hits you to the core, you know, like Toni Braxton is incredible. I try to sing that, but I can't ever be like her.
The thing is, like, she hits those low notes and you're like, whoa, and then she hits the high notes, but it's just so effortless, and I love that song. It's just
her range is out of control. Yeah, right.
She's absolutely amazing.
Wait, now I'm thinking of what I wish I wrote. Actually, this is the worst because there's so many songs I wish I wrote it.
So many.
Actually, a recent one. I'm sure there's like classics that I wish, but a recent one is called Hypochondriac by Sasha Sloan, I believe her name is. She's a newer artist. I'm fact checking. Hold on. Because, yes, Sasha Sloan, everyone should go listen to that. I don't know how this girl came up with this concept, but it's brilliant. It is. I don't want to ruin it, but it's called Hypochondriac, and she's saying she never was worried about, it sounds morbid, but it's not morbid. She was never worried about dying or anything happening to her until she found the love of her life. Now she never wants to leave. She never wants anything to happen because she wants to be with that person always.
That's so cute.
Oh, you have to listen. It is so
afterward,
good.
listen to that song.
Yes. Hypochondriac.
Love it.
Like, what a title for a song, right?
Definitely. So you also have a cover band called New Attitude. Tell us a little bit more about this group.
I sing on Break My Heart with them. Yes. New Attitude. We're an Asbury Park, New Jersey based band because that's where we all met and that's where some of the girls live. It's 3 leading ladies, myself being one of them, Virginia, who is in here, Virginia Cavalier, and Bree Cade. We all met while we were in another band together for a few years, and we just love singing together. We have 3 completely different voices, range, style, tone, but when we sing together, it's like perfect. We're so used to singing together in 3-part harmony. You know, when we left the band that we were in together, we didn't want to stop singing together. Yeah. So we said, why don't we start a band together? And we wanted something that was super like female empowering and like badass boss girls. And we thought New Attitude, which is named after the Patti LaBelle song. Yep. And it's named after the Patti LaBelle song because we are a tribute cover band because we only sing iconic female songs. Yes. So we do like Mariah Carey, Chaka Khan, Toni Braxton, Adele, another one of my inspirations. What else? Stevie Nicks, and we do some newer artists as well. The list is endless. I'm telling you, when we put the set list together, like initially we had like 400 songs. Oh, I love it. So we're thinking maybe we'll do some theme nights because obviously we have to do like the 60s, like Supremes and like definitely summer and like go into 80s because we can't do it all in one night. Right. But we've done a couple of shows so far and it's been a hit and we're booking some shows now, but it's pretty awesome. We do stripped down and full band as well. Very cool. But it's really, really fun. We did it for fun and now it's turning into something greater than that, you know? So I like that. So do you have any shows coming up with them? It's not announced, but July 4th I'll be announcing something cool. Neat. We just played at Langosta Lounge on May 7th. That's like our home base. Shout out to them. They've supported us from the beginning. We were like, here's our new band. They were like, come and play. And we sold out like every show we played there. So even during COVID times, you know, with the restrictions and pre-COVID, they've been great to us. So yeah, July 4th, we have a little surprise. Yes, stay tuned. We also have a cover on YouTube that we did during quarantine from home. It's of Hold On by Wilson Phillips. Everybody could go check that out. You just write Hold On, New Attitude, it should come up. And our Instagram is at New Attitude Official. All our socials are the same thing. You could hire us if you're in the New Jersey, New York area as well for weddings or private parties. Yes, yes, it's awesome. Very cool. Yeah. So you also teach voice lessons. What do you hope your students will take away from you as a vocal teacher? Yeah. So I just started that in 2020 because I wasn't touring and Laura, one of the owners of the studio, was like, why don't you try one day? Yeah. And one day turned into 2 days. And I have over like 18 students now. But I really hope that they take some wisdom from me because I'm kind of different than the typical teacher. I'm not very classically trained and I am very rare because I am actually currently working as a performer and not a lot of teachers are. Right. So I'm more educated in style and performance. So I want them to be comfortable in performing, holding a microphone, style, who they are, what they want to sing. Right. Of course, I teach technique because that's why they're coming to me. You know, breathing and range and registers and transitioning and all that and warming up and definitely. Well, one of my students, Gianna, is in here. Hi, Gianna. Thank you. Gianna. So for those of you who didn't see, it says Gianna says she's amazing, such an inspiration. Sweet. I am a music teacher, but I am a performer currently. You know, so to answer your question, I want them to take away to never give up their dreams, be comfortable in who they are. And, you know, I'm very real with them. I'm not, and today we're doing this, and today, you know, I specifically work on what they need to work on, you know, and, yeah, I'm just being me, and I hope that I'm doing well. Gianna says I am. So, you know, it's a lot of pressure to be a teacher. I can't imagine what it's like to be a school teacher, you know. You're teaching a young mind. I get very insecure about it sometimes, but, you know, I think that I've been living this life for 27 years that, you know, I have enough knowledge to hand it off. And I love what I do so much. And if they love what they do so much, they'll take whatever little bit I'm giving to them and absorb it, you know?
Yeah. And teachers are so amazing because you think of when you were younger, and if you had a vocal teacher, or you had a math teacher, or a chorus teacher who really impacted your life. And
totally.
And that's the cool thing about it, is you can look back on it all these years later and be like, oh my gosh, in 4th grade, I remember this teacher and she told me this. And that's so incredible to have that impact as a teacher.
Oh, totally. I still think about my middle school chorus teacher all the time. Miss Teorio. Yeah.
Yeah.
She gave me my first solo. I sang That's What Friends Are For. In good times, in bad times. That one. I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what friends are for.
Oh, I love that. So beautiful.
So sixth grade me.
Yes. Talk to us about what's next. Original music, EPs, collaborations, tour dates. I know you have a show June 6th. So plug all that for us right now.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. Girlfriend. We got a lot to talk about. Show June 6th. Very exciting for American Idol fans. I am on the bill for Miss Julia Gargano's show, which is in Staten Island, which is so super cool. It's at Snug Harbor. The link is in my bio for tickets. I'm doing a set with my great, amazing friend Jessica Rose. She's a country pop artist. We actually just released a single called The Gates. We wrote it together. It was originally going to be just for Jessica, but she asked me to do it as a duet, and that's an honor. We were speaking a little earlier, you and I, about how I just take any opportunity there is, no matter if it matches my brand or aesthetic. And some people, you know, look down on that, but I say, yes, let's do it. And I feel as though I owe a lot of my success to that. And I'm very grateful for anybody who asked me to be a part of anything with them. So I released a country pop song. It's called The Gates, so you guys can go listen to it. And Jessica and I will actually be performing it live for the first time at that show on Sunday, June 6th. Yeah, link is in my bio. What else? I have another collab coming out this summer with an artist from the UK. His name is Julius. I think his ad is JL Cowdrey, COWDREY. I'll be posting about that. That's the first time I've said that. We wrote that virtually in the Coast to Coast camp.
Very cool.
It's a very fun girl and boy duet, and classic little romantic duet from across the oceans. And I also have a single coming out myself, which is going to be the first single off of an EP, which is coming in the fall. So much music.
Yes.
It's happening. Too much music, actually.
No,
I'm like, when am I doing all this?
So tell people that are watching right now, how can they support you as a musician?
How can they support me? They could follow me on my socials.
Yes.
Everything is at Brielle Von Hugel, BrielleVonHugel. They could buy some merch on my website, Brielle Von Hugel /shop. The link is also in my bio. It's a link tree, so everything is there all on one link. They could buy some music on iTunes, Apple Music. They could stream it, Apple Music and Spotify. If they're local, they could come to a show. The Atlantic City show was really fun, really awesome. They could come to the July 4th one that I haven't announced yet with New Attitude. Yeah. And I don't know, just be really supportive and share my posts about my music. As you know, that's very important to save a post, like a post, share it, comment on it. Engagement is super important. Telling a friend about my music. And I feel like, you know, I've been trying to be more active on socials. I'm not the best. But I've been trying, and I see everybody here supporting, so it means a lot to me. And yeah,
Awesome.
thank you.
Brielle, tons of stuff coming out. Like she said, Friday, Saturday, she's at the Hard Rock AC. She has a show coming up June 6th. There's a show July 4th. There's collaborations. The EP is coming. So just follow her so you can get to know everything that's going on with the music. So that's all the questions that I have for you this evening, but you're perform for us.
I am.
Hey, take it away.
All right, let's make sure this is on.
To Brielle's MacBook Air 439.
We're connected. All right, let's do. I'm going to take a sip of my tea.
What kind of tea are you drinking?
What do you think?
Green tea?
Throat coat.
Oh, throat coat.
I do drink green tea all the time, though. I'm a big tea drinker. I don't drink coffee. Fun fact. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to do the one that got away.
Yay!
Brielle's MacBook Air 439.
Thank you.
Ready? Brielle Von Hugel's iPhone. Brielle Von Hugel's iPhone. Brielle Von Hugel's MacBook.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Come on.
Mobile device not found.
Sorry.
Ready to Brielle's MacBook Air 439.
It says it's paired.
Connected to Brielle's MacBook Air 439.
There we go. Yes. Summer after high school when we first met, we make out in your Mustang to Radiohead. And on my 18th birthday we got matching tattoos. Used to steal your parents' liquor and climb to the roof. Talk about our future like we had a clue. Never planned that one day I'd be losing you. In another life, I would be your girl. We keep all our promises, be us against the world. In another life, I would make you stay, so I don't have to say you were the one that got away, the one that got away. I was June and you were my Johnny Cash, never one without the other, we made a pact. Sometimes when I miss you, I put those records on. Someone said you had your tattoo removed. Saw you downtown singing the blues. Never planned that one day I'd be losing you. In another life, I would be your girl. We keep all our promises, be us against the world. In another life, I would make you stay, so I don't have to say you were the one that got away, the one that got away. All this money can't buy me a time machine. I can't replace you with a million reasons. I should have told you what you meant to me. No, guess now I'll pay the price. 'Cause in another life, I would be your we'd keep all our promises, be us against the world. In another life, I would make you stay, so I don't have to say you were the one that got away, the one that got away.
Give it up. I see Kerwin, Gianna, Don, Jean, Happy Little Rock. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm a little extra raspy today. I've been recording all day.
It's okay. You sound absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. How funny. I told you I'm a grandma with technology. Not that. Brielle's MacBook connected. Brielle's MacBook disconnected. I need a sound crew, Ashley. Send them over.
I love it. I love it. Awesome. What's your next one?
Oh, hi. Naked. Hi. I'm going to sing Naked.
Awesome.
Okay. Hear it okay? I used to cover up. I was afraid that I'd be stuck with these mistakes I've made. Wouldn't show the world who I really was. So I just went along and fell out of touch. You picked me up and I let you in. Stripped all my fears, I found my skin. Now I can be naked with you. Now I can show every flaw, every scar I've been through. And I don't have to hide when you're by my side. I'm finally free to be true. I'm naked, laying here with you. I'm understood. Now every single inch of me is changed for good. You gave me your soul and I let you in. So I bared my bones and let love begin. I can be naked, naked with you, yes. Now I can show every flaw, every scar I've been through. And I don't have to hide when you're by my side. I'm finally free to be true. I'm naked. I'm letting go. I'm so exposed. I can't be naked, naked with you, no. I don't have to hide when you're by my side. I'm finally free to be true. I'm naked. Naked with you. Ooh. Oh, no, no, no. Naked.
That was beautiful. So Dawn said,
Thank
I've
you.
never heard this before, but I love it. Is this your original song? Yes, it is her original song. It's called Naked.
Thank you, Dawn.
Yes. So guys, if you have any questions for Brielle, feel free to put them in the chat feature below. So Brielle, where do you see your career in 5 years?
5 years. I'd like to be, I've been saying this for a few years, my own headlining tour. A full album out.
Yes.
And maybe having one of my songs placed with a huge recording artist.
Yes, I love that.
Yes.
Phillip wants to know, what is your favorite country you've been to?
I don't know.
So many.
Maybe Ireland.
Yeah.
Everybody was so friendly there.
What is your favorite venue in New York City?
Rockwood Music Hall.
Oh, love Rockwood.
The best. It was the place I played my first original show.
Is your EP going to be all new songs, or will it include ones you've already released?
All new. Hi, Kindred. She's one of my greatest fans and friends now.
Hi, Kindred. Yeah, so is it going to be all new songs or ones already released?
All new.
Awesome. Don wants to know, I was going to ask if there were plans to tour outside of New York, New Jersey. I think Don said he was based in Michigan.
Yes, I met Don actually through Jessica Rose, who I released The Gates with.
Oh, cool.
He's an awesome fan of hers, and he's been supporting me now, which that's great. The music community is awesome like that. You know, we introduce each other to great people and great music. So super grateful for Don. Thank you, Don. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll be out with Postmodern Jukebox. I haven't heard yet, but I will definitely be posting about that. I'm very good like that. I'm not good with technology, but I am good with posting about my tour schedule. So I will definitely let you know if I'm coming out that way, Don.
How many students do you have, and what is your approach to teaching private students?
I have 18 students, I believe, in total.
Oh, wow.
I don't see them each week. Some I see every other week,
but
I see like 6 to 7 a day because I teach on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Wow.
And what is my approach? Well, first I assess their voice and hear their voice and see what they have to work on, because everybody has to work on different things.
Right.
But I basically always have the same, like lesson plan. I start with breathing always, because a lot of people don't know that without proper breathing technique, there really shouldn't be any singing going on. Right. Breathing is all from the diaphragm, whether you're a singer or not. And a lot of people don't even realize that they're breathing the wrong way on the daily.
Yeah.
They lift. I'll give you a quick lesson. When we breathe in, we shouldn't be lifting our chests, right? The only thing that we should be moving is our bellies.
Oh,
we're born breathing that way, right? But then we stop. We just get so, I'm guilty of it sometimes too. We just get so comfortable with doing this. So try right now. Put one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. And now when you inhale through your nose, try to just fill up the bottom of your belly instead of lifting your chest when you breathe. Now exhale out the mouth. Do it again. Yeah, that's how we should be breathing all the time.
Okay, it's been a very long time since, I've never done that, so.
Yeah, do you sing?
I used to when I was younger. Like I
Yeah.
would say probably maybe like 15, 10, 15, 10 years ago. Like long,
Wow. But you
long time.
speak a lot.
I
So,
do.
you should really focus on breathing from the diaphragm. Even when
Yeah.
you're watching TV, eating dinner, focus on breathing from the belly and you'll
Yeah.
get used to it. It
Yeah.
feels weird at first because we're so accustomed to
Exactly.
going like this,
Yeah.
right? So always inhale through the nose, always exhale out the mouth, but just
Mm.
think about filling up the belly. Yep.
Oh, I love it.
Yep.
Everybody just did that with us.
Awesome.
I love it. I love it. Does anybody have any final questions for Brielle? What's one of the first things you're going to do, I guess, after COVID ends, since we're still kind of, well, we're still kind of in it. So,
Uh, Travel, I think. I don't know why, but I've really been thinking about Hawaii so much.
oh, that would be amazing.
Travel, not for work, not for work.
Have you been before?
Nope.
Yeah, I heard it's amazing there. Like you go there and you never want to come back.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. I don't know why. I've just been thinking, it's been on the brain. So,
Yes. And it's sunny and it's beautiful and everyone says aloha to you and they're just amazing people.
thank you, Colette. Thank you.
City
On.
Boy Music says, please come here. Oh, Hawaii, please come here.
Thanks. I'm coming.
I love it. So any final words for the room, Brielle?
No, I just thank everybody for joining. Thank you for having me. You're so sweet. You made it so pleasant. And I'm so grateful for every opportunity I receive, and I wake up every day and I can't believe that I get to do what I love for a living. So
Yeah.
I'm a grateful girl. There is a lot of pressure, don't let the makeup and the lights and everything fool you. It is a very hard industry. So when we receive the support from all of these lovely people, like this, it means way more than we don't just type that to be corny. That's like a true thing. I'm a very upfront New Yorker and I say it like it is. So I wouldn't be saying all this cheesy stuff for no reason. I mean it.
Yeah.
I get, artists are very vulnerable and
Mhm.
sensitive, even though sometimes it doesn't look it.
Yeah.
I get very insecure and hard on myself and worried about my voice. And, because when your body part is an instrument, I say this all the time,
Yeah.
there's extra pressure. Because if you're a guitarist, you could have a headache and still turn on that amp. You could have a bad night, but you're still playing,
Right.
This is like, ooh, it's me in one thing,
Yeah.
So I need sometimes I feel like I need that extra support. So to see this, all the little hearts in here, it's like the best.
Yeah.
And, to have people like you recognize all of my hard work really is appreciated as well.
Yeah.
And I know that everybody that you've had on appreciates it.
Yeah.
And we love what you do. And I'm very grateful.
That means the world to me because I love music so much. Like I'm a fan first and foremost. Like I love music. I support live music. Like I'm about it. And when I launched this show, it was about bringing incredible musicians just like you to the light. And I'm so happy that it's like 75 and I've had somebody as incredible and talented and beautiful as you on my show to just be open and honest with my listeners. I've had, like I said, 75 incredible people on my show and each interview is so different, but this one was so easy and so fun. And
I know I probably don't stop talking, right? You're probably like,
I love
hey,
it.
Brielle.
But I love it because it's easy. Because sometimes, when you're talking to people, you're like, it's kind of like pulling teeth. But this was so easy and so fun. So
Great.
that, like Don said, you make it easy to support you. You're a beautiful talent inside and out. And yeah, exactly, Don, you hit it right on the head. Like I can't even say it any better than that.
Oh, thank you.
So
Well,
guys,
I hope you get to come to a show. We meet in person one day.
yes.
We're not too far apart.
Yeah, we're close. We're definitely going to meet and support you. And I'm so excited to see all the new music and watch all your fun content. And yeah, I'll help you with the content strategy because sometimes it's like about posting at certain times and like, yeah, you have tons of content anyway. So it's just a matter of like when you post it.
Oh yeah, girl. Or the time to post it. Woo!
Exactly. Exactly. Well, guys, if you don't already, please make sure to follow Brielle every Friday and Saturday night. She is at the Hard Rock AC. If you're not in the area, guys, just take a trip, like take a weekend trip and support her and, support local businesses in AC because, all the businesses around the country are hurting. So go and support our girl Brielle. Stream the music, buy the music. And if you guys don't already, please make sure to follow me. I'm Ashley Live. This is Vibin with Ashley Live. This was episode 75, and I am so happy that you guys have joined me this evening. And Brielle, thank you again for spending your evening with us.
Thank you, Ashley. Thanks, guys.
Of course. Have a good night. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.